So the Wendy Williams news is on overdrive today because we just reported on Wendy Williams earlier today, and now Wendy Williams has done an exclusive interview with TMZ Live. And to be honest with you, it's a sad sight to see. But Wendy Williams is talking about her podcast, the future of the Wendy Williams brand, and she's talking about her lymphedema and how that's affecting her life now. And if you take a look at the video, she's sitting in her purple chair, so it's nice to know that her things weren't thrown in the trash. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your #1 source for pop culture news in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it was just earlier today that we were talking about Wendy Williams and her podcast and the possible guests that she was considering, including the Kardashians, someone from the Trump family, Snoop Dogg, and Fat Joe. And there were still no specific details on what exactly this podcast would look like, sound like, where it would end up. But we've been hearing about a podcast for weeks now. In an exclusive interview with TMZ Live, Wendy Williams is opening up about where she is in her life, what's going on when it comes to her lymphedema. You know, that's been affecting her feet for many years now. And she's talking about this podcast and what it could look like. I'll talk more about how I feel about this video and my reaction to this video, but take a look.
That's a big statement for somebody who's been a fixture on television, that you just have no interest
for more
anymore.
than a decade.
So tell us
a
about
very
it.
successful one.
So Morton and I talked, and I was like, you know, I've got enough money to do something else. And what I've never done, podcasts, which, by the way, podcasts everyone has. But when you're famous, podcasts will make more money for me being famous than doing the Wendy Williams Show. So podcast, where will I go? I'm not sure. Europe, you know, the France, wherever I want to go. Also, I know Oz, I know, you know, many people.
I'm wondering if part of the attraction to this is, one, that you can do it from wherever you want, and the schedule is not this daily grind that you had to do with your daytime show. Was that part of the attraction?
Yes, Will and I are in partnership. Like I told you, Will did all this for me. And so Will and I are partnership. And what the beginning of what we're gonna do, podcast, will be with a certain person. And then we will continue podcast. And, you know, honestly, I don't know what podcast is. I can live for the rest of my life doing absolutely nothing. I can't wait to fall in love.
What does Wendy want to do in this show that's going to be different from your TV show?
Well, you guys, I mean, maybe sneakers. You know, I've been on HSN and QVC, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I'll do something with that or something else. You know, I have lymphedema. You know what that is, correct?
I know.
Okay, you don't know lymphedema? All right, I'll show you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, lymphedema is this. Do you see this right here? Look.
Okay.
No, look closely.
Right.
Hold up, please. Will, hold up. I can't hold it higher. Do you see?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah.
Okay, do you see this?
Yes.
All right, it's up and down. Okay. Okay, that is, I can only feel maybe 5% of my feet.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Right.
Which means normally I would be in a wheelchair. I'm not in a wheelchair. I stand up.
How are you feeling, Wendy? I know we saw some video of you out in New York City last night, and you seem to be moving well. I mean, how are you feeling just physically?
Better than you.
That's no doubt, by the way. There's no doubt. Is this a semi-retirement for you?
Excuse me. I am 100% retired in the Wendy Williams Show. And I don't want to be on TV except for guest hosting. Like I love Whoopi Goldberg. I love The View. I love those girls. You know, an hour, 2 hours, but I don't want to be in partnership, maybe, or maybe not. But I don't know,
Here's what I do know. You know I'm a straight shooter. You know how much we love Wendy Williams. We celebrated Wendy Williams here on the channel on her last day, the Wendy Williams Show, the last day of the Wendy Williams Show. But as I said before, when we reported on Wendy Williams' interview with Fat Joe, she did not seem 100%. We've seen video footage of her around, but it's hard to tell. Look, I'm not going to sit here and act as if I'm a doctor. I'm not going to sit here and diagnose Wendy Williams. But what I can tell you, this is not the Wendy Williams that we have come to know and love. There is something going on with Wendy Williams. I don't know. We already can see physically she has something that she's dealing with, but it also seems like cognitively there's something that she's dealing with. I don't know if Wendy Williams should even focus on a podcast, whatever it may be. I know there are probably a lot of people around her like, yeah, you should do a podcast. No, Wendy Williams needs to focus on whatever Wendy Williams has going on in her life. The Wendy Williams that we see today is not the Wendy Williams that left us in season 12 of the Wendy Williams Show. I know a lot of you have been commenting on that before and said, no, Wendy's not 100%. I saw it. But seeing her trying to have an interview, struggling to get her thoughts together, it's sad to see. But Wendy has made a lot of money in her career. She doesn't have to work. Yes, selfishly, we would love to hear a Wendy Williams podcast, a Wendy Williams radio show, Wendy Williams TV show. We would love it. But that's not worth her health. And that's what we called debar-mercury out for last season. Don't bring Wendy back on television if she's not 100% ready to do so. And this explains partly why we didn't get Wendy Williams on the Wendy Williams Show for the last show. That doesn't take responsibility away from debar-mercury. You still could have made a full hour dedicated to Wendy. There's plenty of, there's at least 12 years of footage with Wendy Williams you could have filled that entire hour up with. However, I also understand why exactly they decided not to have her there for the last day and why we didn't get a video from Wendy. You've heard all kinds of mixed reports on what went down. She says in multiple interviews now, with the paparazzi and now with this interview, she has said that she's in a good place with debar-mercury. You literally see her sitting in her purple chair. Thank God it didn't go in the garbage. I don't know what that was. There were rumors that they had told her to come get her things and she hadn't. Apparently she has. At least the purple chair is there. I still believe the purple chair needs to be in a museum, but it's her purple chair. She decides. As you also know, Wendy has been dealing with Wells Fargo, and I know a lot of people are now like, well, see, this is why Wells Fargo was trying to protect her. Maybe so, but Wells Fargo was still watching you. It's not like you don't have a history of problematic behavior when it comes to your customers and your whole work situation. Google schmoogle, y'all. But I'm having a better understanding on why they have this guardianship there, because you just don't. Who's this Will guy? I know some of you in the industry might know who this Will guy is, but it's concerning. This is a new Johnny-come-lately in Wendy's life. So they're trying to make sure that these people don't just suck her dry and then she's left with nothing. It has become very crystal clear that a Wendy Williams podcast would not be viable. Part of the reason why a Spotify or an Apple would not be interested, because she would not be insurable. And these interviews are not helping their case. Sad to see. And anyone that's in this business, anyone that is doing what they love, they want to end it on a high note. And unfortunately, Wendy Williams has not been able to do that. Doesn't mean that it can't happen in the future. But what I want for Wendy, and I hope that she wants for herself, is to take the time that she needs to work on her physical health and work on mental health. And that's not coming at saying that there is something wrong. We all need to work on our mental health actively. Whatever is going on with Wendy, it's very clear. We saw it in the Fat Joe interview. We saw it in this TMZ Live interview. Wendy Williams is not 100%. And I would rather her take the time not to worry about any podcast or making money. Take the time to take care of herself. Because at the end of the day, all the money in the world, all the fame in the world is not going to add to your quality of life. I know some people think, oh yeah, money and fame. But what do you have to complain about? Plenty. If we've learned anything from reporting on these celebrities, you can have all the money in the world and be the most unhappy, unhealthy person. Health, happiness, friends and family. She literally says in this interview, she would like to have a boyfriend. She would like to get married again. She would like to share those things are important. Let that be a reminder to us all on what really is important. Guys, as always, I want to know your reaction to Wendy Williams' exclusive interview with TMZ Live. Let's continue this conversation below. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.